April spiral number 2. Before we do that, let's correct our number 1 from the other day. Go ahead and pause it if you want to correct, and I'll move on. Okay. 3 is the boss applesauce, which means it lets it rest at 4,000. 929 rounds to 900, so 4,000 plus 900 is 4,900. 2 times 4 is 8, and 4 times 4 is 16, so 168. Or you could have just added, which is 8, and 4 times 4 is 16, okay? Okay, we did this first one together. This is obviously less than. 12 times 2 is 24, plus 2 is 26. 22 plus 8 is 30, so 26 is less than 30. Okay, we had 42. We want to divide by 7 dogs. That means 6 treats each. We did this one together. Okay, 24. If we're going to divide it into, 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3, 24 divided by 3, we would have 8 in here, 8 in here, and 8 in here. So how many of the games are missing would be 8 games. Would be 1/3 of them, okay? We already did number 7. Okay, number 8. Should be 5 barns times how many in each barn would equal my 45 goats. Okay, let's take a look here. Gary has 3,699 cards. He gives 594 cards to his friend Paul. About how many cards does Gary have left? We're going to subtract, right? 3,699 minus 594. But about means we get to do it the easy way, and we can just round it. And that will give us an easier answer, okay? So we basically want to do 3,699 minus 594. But we're going to round these to easy peasy numbers, okay? So this is either going to rest at 3,000 or add one more and go to 4,000. This is either going to let it rest at 500 or go up to 600, and then you're going to subtract those two numbers. Okay, these 3, you just do the division or multiplication. Expanded form, you know how to do that, just like our Monday math sheets. Complete the following equation that can be used to find the total area of the figure shown below. Okay, they already have it broken down into 4 groups of how many plus 4 groups of how many equals this total, okay? The whole box was 4 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 4 groups of 6. We've broken it down. The 4 staying the same, so we're breaking the 6 up. So 4 groups of how many are unshaded in here? Our groups are going down. 4 groups this way. So it would be 4 groups of 1 plus 4 groups of, you figure how many you have in here. Okay, there's 4 groups going down. How many are in each group? And then you're going to multiply these out and come up with an actual answer. What is the actual area inside of there? Beverly says that 1/3 is equivalent to 3/6. Explain to Beverly why she is incorrect. You can look at your fraction flip book and you can say it's 1/3 compared to 3/6. 1/3 compared to 3/6. So 1/3 is here. 3/6 is here. So in order to be equal, it would have to be 2/6, right? 1/3 and 2/6. Okay, so the fraction flip book is also one way we can do it, but we can also do it this way and go, okay, 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 3 is not 6. Okay, so show your work to help explain your thinking. I would say you can't multiply the top and bottom number by the same factor. Remember, a factor times a factor equals a product. Or you can say that I looked at my fraction flip book and 1/3 is smaller than 3/6. So it does. We do this to say it is not equal. We draw a line through the equal sign to say no. Okay. Circle the true statements. These are all equal to. So again, we use our fraction flip book to see if 4/8 is equal to 5/10. Let's rewrite these in true third grade fraction form, okay? 1/3 is equal to 2/6. 4/9 is equal to 1/2. And I'm going to write this one underneath here. 4/10 is equal to 2/5. Okay, just to give you some room there. So I want you to use your fraction flip book. You don't have the tenths, but you can use division on this one, like 10 divided by what equals 2, and 4 divided by that same number is 4 divided by that same number also 2. Or you can like kind of multiply backwards, go 5 times what is 10, 2 times what is 4. And if it's the same number that you're multiplying this way, you can divide going this way. You know, the smaller number times a number is going to equal the bigger number. Division, if you're starting with the bigger number, you'd have to divide to make it a smaller number. See if you can multiply or divide by the same number to get that. And same with here, and same with here, and same with there. Or you can use your fraction flip books. But again, your fraction flip books don't have a 9th, and they don't have tenths. But you could use it for this one. Okay. What time was it 45 minutes ago? Okay, it is currently 12:05. Now we cannot subtract, we can't do minus 45. Remember, I always tell you, you can add and subtract if your minute hand is not crossing over this part right here, which is like, this is like passing go and Monopoly, okay? Everything changes, you get $200. This, every time the minute hand passes here, it changes to a new hour, right? The minute hand comes all the way around here and it's a new hour. All the way around here and it's a new hour. So we can't just subtract from that, and you don't, the regrouping doesn't work with that, okay? So let's do this. Let's take 5 minutes away, okay? And that gets us to 12 o'clock. So we already subtracted 5 minutes, and that gets us to 12 o'clock, right? From 12 o'clock, if we want to subtract 45 minutes, we now need to subtract 40. So let's just hop on it, okay? Let's just hop backwards. Or right here, we just move this back up here. That was 5 minutes ago. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So that would mean it is 11:20, okay? And it's tricky, but you know, you can't just do 12 o'clock minus 40 also, because hours only have 30 minutes. I mean, 60 minutes. Whoa, hours only have 60 minutes. When you're subtracting this assumes there's 100, right? This is your ones and your tens and your hundreds place. It's not just 60. So you can, if you want to add 10 minutes, you can do that. But anytime you have to pass this 12, you cannot straight subtract like that. You really need to get back to the clock and hop backwards those minutes. So I know that's very tricky, and we are going to do it a little bit later this month and try to get into that a little bit more, okay? It's much easier when you actually have a little clock in your hands and you can kind of move it that way. Ronnie had 9 quarts of apples. In each quart, there were 7 pies. So you have 9 quarts of apples. Each one has 7 apples. Okay, each quart has 7 apples. After Ronnie got them home, he realized that 12 apples were rotten. How many non-rotten apples did he have? Okay, they were either rotten or not rotten. So you have 9 quarts and you have 7 apples in each quart. So you need to figure out the total number of quarts that you have. Okay, you can either add these two numbers together or you can multiply them, because obviously you're going to get a number that's bigger than 9. Then, out of all of these quarts that you have, all of these apples that you have, right? 12 of the apples are bad. So you're going to have to take this number that you have and subtract the 12 bad ones and see how many you have left. Okay? Good job.